Dover is the far south of Tasmania, a very remote place, and during the bushfires they were cut off from food. So they certainly have some challenges here, and there's a lot of food insecure people here. So there's need to build that and grow that resilience at that local level here.
So based on those issues, I managed to deliver 4 different pop-up. The first one was regarding to specifically tackle distribution and reduce food miles that we call in food security, which is the distance where you get your food from. So I collect different fresh produce from 11 local gardens. Then we showcase all that fresh produce in a specific event which is called Sea Fest, and it's an annual event in Dover that hosts over 1,000 people in a day. And what it didn't sell, it was donated to the local food pantry and the local school breakfast club. So everything got in the community, which is trying to use circular economy model and in small community.
Dover Emergency Food Pantry started up between 3 and 4 years ago now by the Dover and South Action Group. It was in response to a need seen in the community to access emergency food provisions. One of our committee members actually came up with the idea and wanted this to be a service that people can access locally, because there are transport and mobility issues and quite a number of barriers to people accessing these services that exist elsewhere.
So the work of the Dover Food Pantry is an amazing project. They support a lot of people here, and there is a vulnerability because it's so far south.
We have a food security issue here in Dover. We're geographically isolated. We're not on the way to any other place. We're here sort of nearly at the end of the road. And so the food security and our food resilience, I suppose, has become a bit of a highlight and a bit of a focus since then. During the pandemic, we were able to access food from Loaves and Fishes, which has been a wonderful bonus to our pantry. Getting free bread and vegetables and whatnot weekly from them, because we're not a funded organisation. The only downfall to that being we still have to drive to collect the food items, and secondly, not having sort of control over what comes in. We're at the mercy of what they have a surplus of each week. So this week, for example, we have lots and lots of lettuce leaves, bagged lettuce leaves and bread, but not much else by way of fresh fruit and vegetables, I suppose, bar some apples that are donated by a community member. So it is something that's a bit of a work in progress, and something that we're trying to work on is actually that food security, I guess.
It's really important that we don't rely just on food relief organisations, that we actually start to grow produce locally, so we have that really true resilience and also local economic opportunities.
So we started November last year. We started a healthy breakfast club, the focus being around getting the kids away from high processed sugar, white bread, starting their day with Milos and things like that. And for us, it was really around getting some protein content in for the kids and increasing satiety. Obviously, there's so many benefits. I could talk for ages about it, but obviously their nutritional profile, but also their focus, their ability to perform at school, trying to avoid those sugar rushes and things like that for a lot of the kids, behavioural as well as emotional, mental health and food security. So for a lot of kids, making sure they're not missing out, trying to get as much food, fresh fruit and veg. So we do fruits and smoothies and juices as well, alongside like a protein-rich breakfast. Obviously one of the most exciting things is we're doing a cookbook, which we're very excited about. So we've had edition 1, and then we'll do edition 2 this each term will come out with an addition. So we try and have a new recipe every Tuesday and Thursday for the guys, just to keep it fresh and exciting. And the kids love it, the teachers love it. It's a really exciting part of the school, I suppose, improvement process that we're trying to go through. Along with that, the guys are looking at doing some gardens. We've got chickens, all sorts of things. So trying to create a really clear food loop for the kids as well. And Dover, where we are quite disconnected from a lot of food services. So for parents to be able to provide fresh fruit and veggies all the time can be quite difficult. It's quite, it's 30, 40 minutes, sometimes 50 minutes for some of the parents down further south to get to like even a Woolworths. It can be really far for people to get to. Obviously, along with that, petrol costs, food costs, everything's rising. So for us, we wanted to try and create an environment where the kids could have that every single day and know that they're starting off their day the right way, at least a little bit here at Dover.
The third one was specifically trying to tackle food waste and food literacy. And how we did that through the school and students in secondary level, year 9 and 10, where they got the visit from Eat Well Tasmania, and the regional manager Carl Thunder came and talked to them and explained them about this campaign, which is called Food Waste, and they using this documentary is called Too Good to Waste, which is showcasing Tasmanian food waste.
So there's some amazing work being done, and that's what Milka was talking around food security. Let's just call it what it is, it's food hunger. And 6 people in this room tonight, potentially going home tonight, going to go hungry. So we need to start addressing that. And one way of doing that is to reduce our food waste imprint.
So that was specifically for the students, because the schools are a key partnership to start changing behaviors and promoting healthy, better nutrition.
Library and why, and what has that taught you about successful grassroots? So my name's Heather McFarlane, and I coordinate the Cygnet Seed Library, and I've also been helping to organise some of these events across the valley.
We support 2 existing community-led projects, which is 2 seed libraries, one in Cygnet and one in Dover. We put them together and we deliver a workshop open for the whole community to come and learn.
I came down for the Dover events to help facilitate a seed swap and also talk a little bit about the process of how the Cygnet Seed Library started and how we made it such a grassroots movement that was really about what people could give and how people could contribute instead of like using another model from somewhere else.
The Cygnet Seed Library is a community seed sharing project. Our aim is to strengthen food security and the resilience of the Cygnet community through sharing organic, locally grown and adapted seeds.
That what it does in food security is to embrace the belonging to the place and also connect generations, so you can connect grandparents and grandchildren in the same table talking about seed and working with them.
This kind of idea of designing for place with the community, and I really think that that is where grassroots is going.
After being delivering for the last 2 months, approximately 30 events all around the Huon Valley, this is the last event. What we're trying to achieve is reconnect with the ancient tradition of thanking to Mother Earth for the harvest, what our ancestors used to do, and we lost that connection with the seasons. So because we lost that connection with seasons, we are losing connection with our food.
It says, what can you feel? We can have and say thank you to our elders. Thank you to our elders.
to reconnect with that. So we are delivering activities for children like making seed bombs, working with weaving.
For the finale today, we made seed bombs using seeds that were given to us by the seed bank in Cygnet, clay and soil, and some hopes for spring and new plantings and new beginnings.
We're having workshops in composting for beginnings. Exercises from the yoga and Ayurveda point of view, so digestion, body, mind, and spirit. So we're trying to come with a concept that is very holistic.
So the Huon Valley Food Hub project has been a wonderful case study for Tasmania and for the Huon Valley, and hopefully Australia, in looking at the ways that we can create resilient food economies by investing in experimentation that supports local people to take matters into their own hands, to grow food, to develop those skills in regenerative farming.
If people with access to funds recognise that communities are capable of making good decisions for where that money could go based on their specific context because they know it.
And also look at ways that we can distribute produce in a local, agile way.
We trust communities with money and decision making around what they want to do. The impact, because the community has got involved, has been massively significant. Changed a lot of things about access to food.
And I'm very happy and glad and blessed to be part of this, and perhaps we can improve the whole community vision of how to access to food and our own sovereignty to have food, nutrition food for all of us.